Boom, boom, boom. The terrifying milky white ruler glow and fiery red sword glow finally exploded completely. A circle of ripples spread from the place where the milky white ruler on and the fiery red sword on meet. The originally silent mountain range of beasts is also bursting into flames at this moment. The roars and roars of the sky are constantly coming from all directions. In the demonic beast mountains, Xiao Yan's figure also quickly retreated. At the same time as he retreated, a delicate jade bottle appeared in his hand. There were several exquisite medicinal pills in the jade bottle, and he quickly stuffed the medicinal pills into his mouth. In the middle of the game, he successively used the Buddha's Fury Fire Lotus and the most terrifying seven-layered sky-breaking ruler, which was also quite a huge consumption for him. At the same time, he also used his soul power to condense the Huangquan Tianwu, taking advantage of Wu Huan. When resisting the terrifying Qi-mans that couldn't sense the surrounding situation, it quietly exerted and detonated the power of Baizhong Radiance that broke the sky. In the fierce battle, Xiao Yan's sudden anger caused Wu Huan's soul to be attacked viciously, so he was sluggish for a second, and then Wu Huan could have escaped from the center of the explosion. This soul attack was wrong. At this time, Wu Huan was also completely swept by Xiao Yan into the most destructive area. After Xiao Yan's several attacks, even a strong man who has truly reached the 4-star Do D will definitely fall into serious injuries if he is caught off guard. Xiao Yan knew all about the power of one. One specifically attacked the soul, and the other possessed a destructive power like destruction. The three combined into one, the power was terrifying. The storm was like a natural disaster in the void, frantically releasing a terrifying temperature and a destructive shock wave. That kind of shock, even Xiao Yan did not dare to be easily touched. Although the power of the 7th layer breaking sky ruler and the Buddha's Fury Fire Lotus are extremely powerful, the strength of Wu Huan is also extremely tyrannical. In addition, this person is a little weird. I am afraid it is difficult to kill him. Xiao Yan's figure was quickly retreating. At the same time, his eyes flashed rapidly. Roar! And just when this thought passed through Xiao Yan's heart, the huge flame storm in the distance trembled violently, and the speed of rotation actually gradually slowed down. Then it was filled with crazy killing intent. The sound of roaring roars came from the flame storm. Sure enough, he didn't die. Hearing the roar of rage, Xiao Yan's heart sank slightly. He wanted to kill a 3-star Do Emperor Peak powerhouse with one blow. It seemed a bit whimsical. However, since he was promoted, he has not been able to stabilize his realm, so it is also difficult to deal with martial arts. Bang! Not long after the roar of rage sounded, huge claws of dozens of feet stepped out from the storm fiercely. Immediately, a figure was forcibly swept out of the flame storm. Blood-red eyes, filled with incomparable resentment, stared at Xiao Yan in the distance. This figure was the original majestic Wu Huan. At this time, he looked extremely embarrassed. On the originally slender figure, blood was flowing like a stream, and deep wounds were covering him like a ditch. The body, vaguely, can still see the white bones in the wound. Obviously, although this guy survived the terrifying power of Huang Quantian's anger and the 7-layered sky-shattering ruler, he also paid a great price for this. Little bastard, die for this young master. Wu Huan's face was hideous. He coughed violently. His mouth full of blood was spit out by the terrifying force. His arm turned into a huge energy slap, and he slapped Xiao Yan's head fiercely. Go down. Xiao Yan can also feel that the Wu Huan at this time is only the end of the force, and this attack is too weak, and it is scattered away with a wave. Under the effect of obtaining the medicinal pill, Xiao Yan's strength was also partially restored, and he was too busy to deal with several large and small scars on his body, so he walked slowly towards the place where Wu Huan was located. Since this is the case, then there is still the principle of letting the tiger return to the mountain. Xiao Yan also muttered to himself, "Xiao Yanzi, be careful. I always feel that something is not right." The Golden Dragon King also stared at Wu Huan and said. Xiao Yan slowly approached Wu Huan, and the eyes above Wu Huan's figure also looked very ferocious, as if something was waiting for an opportunity on his forehead. The sudden change made Xiao Yan stunned for a moment, and then he quickly regained his senses. Just as he was about to dodge in a hurry, an extremely gloomy pitch-black light suddenly flashed across his eyeballs. The jet-black light swept across and shot Xiao Yan's shocked gaze back, because he saw that there seemed to be something on Wu Huan's forehead. "It's actually a blood curse," the Golden Dragon King exclaimed from the ring. Hearing this, Xiao Yan also frowned tightly. Apparently, it was the first time he heard of this so-called blood curse. What exactly is it? I didn't expect to encounter a blood curse in this small Wuqing. The infiltration of this alien race is really deep. The Golden Dragon King also said in a Vicissitudes of Life, "Master, although I don't know what this blood mantra is, I am a disciple of teacher Tuo Shi and your nephew. This will never change." Xiao Yan also smiled slightly and looked at the master Jinlong Wangdao, who was hesitant to say anything. "Ha ha ha, I'll be at ease with your words. The aliens are suppressed and sealed outside the Dacian world, but they keep trying to erode our Dacian world, so there are greedy humans who are loyal to the aliens in the Dacian world. This blood curse is a kind of extraterrestrial. It is a secret method used by the evil race to control them. It is a secret technique that enables those loyal to them to increase their strength through blood curses. However, its price is too heavy. The after effects are also quite terrifying. To be planted with this blood curse is equivalent to serving the aliens for the rest of your life. For eternity, even the soul must be driven by the aliens, but these people can also get them. What you want, strong strength or something. But in the final analysis, it is impossible to escape the end of being swallowed by that foreign evil race. And look at the rune on Wu Huan's forehead. There are 3 bloodshots. The blood spells are divided into 7 grades. The first and second grades are the most common. The third and fourth grades are somewhat extraordinary, and the fifth and sixth grades are people trusted by the evil tribes outside the territory. As for the 7th grade, it has not appeared for a long time. The driver of the 7th level blood curse is close to the pinnacle of Do Di, and he has a place even in the alien race. The Golden Dragon King also looked at the 3-color blood curse on Wu Huan's forehead and said slowly, "I can't believe that this Wu Huan is the owner of the 3-color blood curse. So it means that their family has a certain position in the foreign evil clan, and they can't stay." Xiao Yan also recovered in a brief shock, and then his body vindictiveness slowed down, slowly wrapping his palms. He walked away towards Wu Huan, who was close at hand. "Xiao Yan, do you think you can kill me like this? It's too naive." "Ha ha." Wu Huan also looked at the flaming palm that suddenly came, and then he was not afraid at all and said with a grim smile on his face. Wu Huan's voice just fell, and then the 3-color bloodshot on his forehead seemed to feel the deadly threat, and then a thick dark light emerged. Black rays of light emerged, and Wu Huan's originally seriously injured and dying body was slowly healed at a speed visible to the naked eye. Because of Xiao Yan's background, the consumption just now is not small, and it will not be able to restore the peak in a short time. The seemingly tyrannical palm attack is easily resolved by the dark light of Wu Huan. Go back. This demonic energy is not something you can handle now. A careless move is very troublesome. the Golden Dragon King said suddenly. Hearing that, Xiaoyan also distanced himself from his martial arts. There was also a slight smile on Wu Huan's grim face. The pitch-black fighting qi slowly repaired Wu Huan's dying body, and then the fighting qi in his body recovered a little. He immediately lowered his head and stared at Xiaoyan. Obviously this time, he underestimated Xiaoyan's strength, but fortunately, he has blood. The power of the incantation, otherwise it would be a lot of mischief. Go back. Seeing the huge pitch black on repairing his body, Wu Huan also shouted loudly, and then the pitch black grudge slowly retreated to his forehead. After doing all this, Wu Huan carefully recalled the battle just now, but he was defeated for a long time, and he almost lost it. At this moment, Wu Huan also had a retreat in his heart. He had dared to fight Xiaoyan before. On the one hand, it is because Xiaoyan is a person wanted by that force, and he has a 3-color blood curse on himself, and he is confident in himself. He came to fall into the trap, but he never expected that the current Xiaoyan was completely different from what he saw in the initial attack. Just the endless variety of methods made his heart tremble. It seems that we can only retreat first. Presumably, the good fortune in this ruin was also obtained by him. But since he killed and absorbed the soul power collected by the envoy, the people of that force will inevitably find trouble with this kid. I'll save the time and kill this kid again. This thought flashed through his heart, and Wu Huan finally decided to stop fighting. He looked up at Xiaoyan, who seemed to be plundering again, and retreated sharply, wanting to retreat into the depths of the chaotic beast mountain range. Middle. Where to go? However, just as Wu Huan stepped back, an icy voice suddenly sounded behind him, and at the same instant, there was an extremely hot and terrifying wind. The sudden attack made Wu Huan's complexion change, and his body turned around quickly like a conditioned reflex, and his palms filled with fiery red grudge hurriedly greeted him. Bang, bang, bang. The fierce wind suddenly spread out at this moment, and Wu Huan, who rushed to meet the enemy, suddenly felt suffocated in his chest, and his body was shaken back more than 10 meters, standing where he had previously backed away. Xiaoyan, looking at the figure, Wu Huan suddenly gritted his teeth. Although Wu Huan has a 3-color blood curse, he is also very clear that once he really uses the power of this blood curse, his future will be over. When he thinks that he will be driven by that evil person every day in the future, Wu Huan, I feel very uncomfortable. Xiaoyan's face was expressionless. Milky white flames lingered around his body, making him look like a fire god, stepping on the void, step by step towards Wu Huan. Damn! Xiaoyan, don't force me, otherwise. Seeing Xiaoyan's appearance, Wu Huan couldn't help narrowing his eyes and said coldly. The corners of Xiaoyan's mouth raised a sharp arc, and the vast milky white grudge quickly condensed in the palm of his hand. You still want to kill me with your strength that you don't even have in the middle stage of the 3-star Do Di? Wu Huan laughed angrily. When his face changed, he hurriedly turned around to meet him. His palms danced, and his powerful fighting qi formed an airtight energy network in front of him. Bang, bang, bang. Xiaoyan didn't care about anything else. He swung his fist, and every time he swung it, there would be a piercing, sharp wind-breaking sound. The space cracked, and dark cracks appeared. Bang, bang, bang. In the face of Xiaoyan's fierce offensive, Wu Huan also secretly complained in his heart, and his figure kept retreating. Xiaoyan's current strength almost suppressed him to the point where he could only defend. If this continues, sooner or later it will fall into Xiaoyan's hands. It seems that we can't entangle any more. Boy, this account will be remembered by young Master Ben, and you will pay it back sooner or later. Wu Huan screamed viciously in his heart, and the palm of his hand suddenly increased, forcibly shaking Xiao Yan's body away. Offensive, the toes are a little empty and the figure is flying upside down. Suddenly speeding up, the figure was in the air. Wu Huan just breathed a sigh of relief. A dangerous feeling suddenly filled out from the depths of his heart, and the cold hairs all over his body stood upright at this moment. Huang Quan refers to Huang Quan Pom. Just when Wu Huan's heart was filled with a sense of danger, a slight cold shout brought a little cold wind, and it sounded like a ghost in Wu Huan's ear. Not good. Feeling the movement behind him, Wu Huan's face was instantly pale, and Xiao Yan's speed was faster than he expected. Bang! The Wu Huan who reacted, only the remaining fighting and rushing surging in the body, but it has not completely formed a defensive shield behind him. A milky white handprint and fingerprint about the size of a slap quietly landed on his back. On the top, the terrifying energy gushed out like the Xiang River at this moment. Boom, boom, boom. Xiao Yan's attack hole went straight through Wu Huan's back. Cough, cough, cough. A weak feeling came from Wu Huan's whole body. Looking at the hole about the size of a fist in his chest, blood flowed out like a stream. It's time to end. Since you are in the company of that foreign evil race, then I will send you to hell. Although Xiao Yan had not seen the so-called foreign evil clan with his own eyes, he knew from the mouth of his master Jin Longwang that the foreign evil clan was an unforgivable person, and he was ruthless in the face of Wu Huan. Raising the heavy ruler in his hand, he revived his recovered vindictiveness, and then slashed viciously at the place where Wu Huan was staying. Now both of them are seriously injured. This blow is enough to kill Wu Huan. The Qi on the ancient ruler of Yihua Hung slashed viciously towards Wu Huan. Wu Huan also struggled desperately, but his severely injured body couldn't walk at all. Attacked. Wu Huan also gritted his teeth slightly, and then a flash of determination flashed in his eyes. Obviously, he was going to use the last resort. Seeing that dozens of feet of light approached the seriously injured and dying Wu Huan, a familiar aura appeared in front of Xiao Yan. Qiang Qiang. A black chain appeared directly in front of Wu Huan, and the dozens of feet of light were instantly resisted. Jia Jia, worthy of being an imperial alchemist, your soul power should be quite delicious. Under a black cloak, a sinister sneer came out. Soul Clan. Xiao Yan also shrank his pupils tightly, and then looked solemnly at the man in the black cloak beside Wu Huan, because he felt the same blood power from the man in black as the people in the Soul Hall of Doqi Continent.